Hello, Verbling students and viewers. This class will be about riddles. I am excited to do this. I think it'll be good practice because riddles are a really good way to sort of get a little bit intricate with your English. Riddles can be complicated for people who are learning English because a lot of the words can have double meanings, and riddles often require some logical thinking about the language to figure out. So what is a riddle? A riddle is a question that you need to solve using your brain. So riddles are tricky little questions. Sometimes riddles can be funny. Sometimes riddles are not necessarily funny, but just maybe interesting because they're hard to solve. So in today's class, we'll be doing some short riddles that are kind of similar to jokes, and then we'll also be doing talking about a few longer riddles. I'm hoping that some of you will have brought some or thought of some riddles to share with the class. So if you haven't thought of any yet, take this time to think about a riddle in English that you might want to share with everyone. I think it would be cool if anyone knows any riddles they want to share. It would be cool to hear each other's riddles. So to summarize the class today, we'll be talking about what riddles are. We'll be doing some short riddles, and then we'll be doing some longer riddles. This class will be vocabulary focused, but also focused on colloquial speech and how these riddles involve some more casual, maybe slang words, maybe just ways of speaking that you might not have seen before. So it will be helpful to go through these riddles together and figure them out together. The class should open up soon to other people who would like to join. If you want to be able to join classes earlier than other people, you should click on the Get Reservations tab at the top of your Verbling page. Getting reservations is a great way to make sure you get into the classes you want to get into. Your education is important, and I want to be able to help you as much as I can, but I can only have 9 students per class. If you want more opportunities to get into the classes you would like to get into, look into getting reservations through Verbling Premium or through connecting with Facebook, inviting your friends on Facebook. There are lots of ways that you can get reservations for classes. So please look into that. I think you'll find it very helpful. For now, please click the green Join Class button to join the class. We'll go ahead and get started, and please feel free to join as there are a couple more available spots before we're full. For those of you who are here, welcome. It's very good to have you. My name is Libby. I know about a third of you, I would say, and the rest of you are new. I always love to meet new students. So I'm American, but I live in France now. I'm living in France so that I can teach English to French students as a second language, and I also have been traveling a lot around Europe. So I've had a very good year, and I'm also really pumped to be able to teach on Verbling in my spare time. It's the best part of my day. So welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about riddles, but first, before we start, we are going to introduce ourselves to the class briefly. And I would like to know during your introductions, I would like to hear from you your names, your country, and your favorite thing to do in the evenings. So what do you like to do when you come home from work or from school in the evenings? Do you like to watch television? Do you like to play with your cat or your dog? Do you like to cook dinner? So I'd like to hear your name, your country, and what you like to do when you come home in the evenings. So I'm Libby. I'm in France, and in the evenings I really like to I like to make tea when I come home. I like to drink tea in the evenings and maybe read on my Kindle. I got a Kindle recently and I've been really into it. I love my Kindle. So I guess that's what I like to do in the evenings. And for introductions, let's start with Ahmad. Are you here?
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Libby. My name is Imad. I'm from Syria. The first thing that I would do if I came home, I run to my computer and check out if something on the internet. And in the evening, I watch movie usually. If I have time.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. All right, next is Huyen.
Hello, Libby.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. My name is Huyen. I'm from Vietnam. And the thing that I like to do in the evening is to talk to friends over Skype or, go to Berkeley to learn some language.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, that has become an interest so far.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks. And Igor is next.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Sorry?
I said, hi, how's it going?
And what is supposed to respond at such question? I'm doing well.
Yeah, yeah. How's it going is the same as how are you? Sorry.
Okay. It's all okay. How are you?
Good, good.
Good. And what is the question?
So yeah, name, country, and your favorite things to do in the evening.
Yes. I remembered. Sorry. My name is Igor, and I am from Republic of Moldova. And my favorite thing to do in the evenings, at the moment, I think, to study English, because all my spare time at the moment I study in some way English.
Good. Yeah, that's awesome.
Every day the same.
Good for you. I'm very proud, very happy.
Thank you.
Okay. And next we have let's see, is it Kadirofe? Sorry, not sure how to pronounce it. Are you here, Kadirofe Ben? Okay. I can't hear you, so try to see if you can get your microphone to work. Otherwise, we will move on to Samuel.
Yeah, hello. My name is Samuel. I'm from Spain, although I live in Austria. And my favorite thing to do in the evenings, I don't know, would be going out, maybe for a walk or something, or also reading. Yeah, I don't know. Because I work from home, so I like to go out in the evenings.
Nice.
Not to stay the whole day here.
Yeah. So since you live in Austria, do you speak German too?
No, not really, not at all. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite tough though, not speaking German here. I mean, almost everybody speaks a little bit of English, but yeah, they don't like to speak English so much.
I see. Yeah. I remember I was in I speak some German now, but I didn't used to. And when I didn't speak German, I was in Vienna. But I remember all the people would just say what they wanted to say in German, but they would make a lot of gestures so that I would know what they were talking about. And they were very nice to me, but they didn't speak English.
Yeah. Well,
so what's the main language there?
Sorry?
What's the official language in Austria?
It's German actually. It's
okay.
the official language.
It's German, but you don't speak much German.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit difficult.
So what's the other language?
Oh, well, I also speak Spanish, but yeah, people here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would guess they definitely don't speak Spanish.
Well, some of them they do, because at school they learn some Spanish, either Spanish or French. But,
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So that's it.
Cool. All right. Thank you. Next, we'll go to Thuy.
Yeah. My name is Thuy. I'm from Vietnam. In the evening, I like to go out with my friends. Yeah, and especially
Oh, okay. We lost Twee there. Sorry, Twee, hopefully you can get back with us. For now, we'll move on to, is it Tuai? Or Toai?
Okay, sorry, but my name is hard a little bit to pronunciation, but it's okay. It's okay. And I'm from Vietnam, and I'm living in Ho Chi Minh City, and I would like to working in the evening learning English and working as a webmaster for internet marketing.
Okay, great. Thank you. It's your voice is a little bit quiet, so if you could speak closer to your microphone or maybe speak louder, that would be great. But I could hear you for that, so thank you. And next we have Wojtek?
Yes, hello, hello. It's Wojtek actually.
Wojtek, okay,
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it.
Hi, Libby. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks. My name is Wojtek. I come from Poland. In the evening, what do I like to do? Regular things like watching TV, listening to some music, just relax a little bit after work.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thanks. Regular things like watching TV,
All right, thank you everyone. It's very good to have you all here today. We're going to get started with our class on riddles. So what I first want to ask you, before we get into any riddles, is what is the difference between a riddle and a joke? What is the difference between a riddle and a joke?
A riddle is always a question. Is that correct?
Yes, good. A riddle is always a question. So sometimes a joke, you can just tell a joke that's just something funny. But a riddle always has to be a question that you ask someone to answer. Okay, good. A riddle is always a question. Any other differences you guys can think of? Ask someone to answer. Any other differences between a riddle and a joke? A riddle is always a question. Good.
And in the joke, we tell something that you should use your mind to understand the joke, but it will be more mystery. There is no mystery in the question of riddle, isn't it?
Yes, good. So jokes are always funny and they can be a question, but usually riddles are more of a mystery. Good. You have to use your head to solve or answer a riddle. Awesome. So jokes are funny things, can be a question or maybe not. Riddles are always a question, and riddles you have to use your brain to come up with the answer.
A puzzling question.
Yes, good. A riddle is a puzzling. Yes, a puzzling question. I like that. A riddle is a puzzling question. So let's get right into this. Here's a link. Please open that link. It's in your Verbling classes chat there. Please open that link. This is a great little web page of some riddles that I think are cool. We're going to go over some of these riddles together and see what kind of English we can learn from them, and also probably come up with some good riddles to tell our friends if we're bored sometime. So I think some of these ones are pretty good. Open that link and we will go through these riddles together.
But there we can see the answers. It's not interesting.
Okay, well, in that case, don't click on the answers. You can just, if you want, you can even just view the page on my screen share here so that you don't cheat. Don't cheat and look at the answers. And
very hesitating.
Okay.
I know it's hard. It's hard not to cheat, but
yes.
But this way, if you look at the screen share, you won't be tempted. So here, let me just zoom in.
Thank you.
There we go. Okay. All right. So This is a list of short riddles. Here it says, a riddle is a question with an amusing answer. So let's start with riddle number 1. Riddle number 1, the question is, when do dogs have 16 legs? When do dogs have 16 legs?
When we kill food dogs.
All right, good. I heard a couple good quick answers there, and that is the answer. Dogs have 16 legs when there are 4 of them. So, of course, one dog cannot have 16 legs, but when there are 4 dogs, the dogs have 16 legs. Okay, riddle number 2. Why isn't your nose 12 inches long?
Because you are not a boy. I'm not sure. He's a character.
His name is
And he like
Pinocchio. His name is Pinocchio.
Yeah, Pinocchio. Yeah.
Okay, good, because you're not Pinocchio. That's one answer. Anyone else?
How much centimeters is 12 inches?
Good question. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. But in this case, actually, it is a reference to measurement. There's 12 inches in a foot. A foot is a unit of measurement in the U.S. customary system. It's a very stupid system of measurement, but we use it anyway. So we have these useless things called inches that are about this big, and we have a useless unit of measurement called a foot, which is about this big. A meter is a little bit more than 3 feet. So a foot is about a third of a meter, and those are the units we use. So knowing that, what do you think the answer is to this riddle? Why isn't your nose 12 inches long?
Because it's
your
not
nose
foot.
is 1 foot long.
Okay, because then it would be a foot. If your nose was 12 inches long, then it would be a foot. So here we see the double meaning of the word foot. So a foot can be this amount of length, or it can be a foot on your body, okay? So your nose is not your foot, and that's why it's not a foot. Yeah. So your nose is not 12 inches long, because then it would be a foot. Okay. So I think the next one's kind of funny. Number 3. In what month do women talk the least? In what month do women talk the least?
May.
Give us a hint. In what direction to look about?
Well, so when I first heard this riddle, I was kind of offended, because I was like, hey, like I thought that it implied that women talked a lot, you know, and I was like, hey, women don't talk too much, you know, like men talk a lot too. And then so your hint is the month when women talk the least is also the month when men talk the least. It's also the month when men talk the least.
In February. It's the shortest
Why
month.
so?
Yes. Good.
Okay.
So it's not. So yeah, it's February because it is the shortest month. So women talk the least in February, but men also talk the least in February. So that is not a sexist riddle, as I worry that it might be.
Good hint you give us.
Good. I'm glad it was helpful.
You're a genius, Igor.
Okay. Number 4. What do mice have that no other animal has? Mice is the plural for mouse. So what do mice have that no other animal has?
Give us a hint. In what direction to dig?
Okay. what do mice have that no other animal has? It's not referring to. It's not a part of the mouse. It's not a part. It's not a part of the mouse's body. It's not referring to that. It's referring to something that mice have, as in something mice have. Like I have this.
Oh.
Something that mice have.
Jeez.
And let's see, what other hints can I give you? Well, if I give you any more, I'll give it away. I guess I'll give you a hint that might give it away. When you give birth to a child, we call that to have a baby.
Yes.
To give birth is to have a baby. So, since I said that, can you think of something that mice have that no other animal has?
Mice.
Just give birth. Right?
Good. So mice have baby mice.
Yes.
Okay.
Libby, say honest. Do you know this answer without to look at this
It's
answers?
how person you and
So no, I don't. I usually don't know the answers without looking at them.
I see, because it's very hard for me. I think for our.
Yes, no, these are hard for everyone because they're usually sort of a trick. So you sometimes think of the answer, but sometimes, you have no idea.
You do not know in what direction to think about what they're asking.
Yeah, once you hear the answer, you're like, oh, but before you know the answer, sometimes it's impossible. So actually, the first four, I looked at the answers beforehand, but the rest of them I haven't looked at the answers yet. So maybe I'll try to figure them out with you guys without looking at the answer, and we'll see how I do, because I don't know. These other ones I don't know the answers either. So for number 5, I don't know the answer. Let's look at it. Here's number 5. It says, how many men were born last year? How many men were born last year?
How many women
Ask their mother.
were born?
No,
Yeah, okay, good
No.
thinking.
no man.
Oh, okay, why no men?
Because men, there's child's born, not man born.
Oh.
Okay, I think you might be right. I think that might be it. Because men aren't born, boys are born. So let's see. Yeah. So how many men were born last year? None. Only babies were born.
Mm-hmm.
Only babies were born.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Number 6. Number 6. I do know the answer. I know the answer when I look at it. Maybe you guys do too. So number 6 is what word is always pronounced wrong?
Wrong.
Incorrect. No, wrong. Yeah.
wrong.
Sorry.
It's wrong.
Good. So the word wrong is always pronounced wrong. Okay, good. So I like that one. I think that's pretty good. Okay, number 7. Why do birds fly south in the winter? Why do birds fly south in the winter? This one I don't know either. Why do birds fly south in the winter?
Because they live in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah, that's the logical answer, right? Birds fly south because they want it to be warmer. I don't know.
Maybe they don't like
To be what?
snow.
Yeah, okay, so maybe they don't like the snow. I said they fly south to be warmer. They want it to be more warm outside. But these are, we know these aren't the answer because it needs to be something clever or amusing. But I don't know, why do birds fly south in the winter? Oh, okay. I guess a hint would be the key word here is not the word fly. The key word is the word, it's not the word south. The key word is the word fly. The word fly is important.
Because they can walk.
Yeah, so birds fly south in the winter because it's too far to walk. It's too far to walk, so the birds
yes, they
fly
can
south.
walk, but they don't.
Atlantic.
I wonder if in the southern hemisphere, if they fly south also, or they fly north.
I guess they fly, yeah, they fly north in that case to be closer to the what's the name of the middle of the earth? What's
Equator.
that called? Yeah.
The equator.
Good. So they want to be closer to the equator, yeah. Good point. Okay. So birds fly south because it's too far to walk. All right. The next one, number 8, says, if a woman marries a king, what would she be?
Woman.
Queen.
Why?
Queen.
Yeah, you guys were pretty quick on that one. She would be good one, Muhammad. She would be his wife. So we know for sure that if a woman marries a king, maybe she'll be a queen, but she'll definitely be his wife.
But we know definitely that she will be a woman. No?
Yes, that's true.
She will remain.
So that's maybe an even better answer because you're certain that she will be a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Number 9 says, what follows a horse wherever he goes?
His tail.
Tails.
Yeah, good. I think that's what it is. Let's check. Yeah. So his tail, the horse's tail follows him wherever he goes. Very nice. And the last one is maybe my favorite. I like the last one. Number 10 says, what nail should you never hit with a hammer? What nail should you never hit with a hammer?
The nail in
So
your fingers.
when you hammer a nail, it's when you hit a nail into something like this. When I think you said it. What did you say?
I said the nails
What kind?
on your fingers.
Yes. So
Is
the
that
nail
correct?
you should never hit with a hammer is your fingernail. The nail you should never hit with a hammer is your fingernail. Has anyone ever hit their fingernail with a hammer?
A lot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's really. Sometimes I hit my thumbnail with a hammer. It's pretty painful.
What did you do with hammer? Hit nails?
Yeah, well, I was trying to hit a normal nail, and then I hit my fingernail.
Do you have any more examples of these riddles?
Riddles like this. This was the only page that I had so far, but I can probably find more. And then I brought 3 other longer riddles that that might take a little longer to solve. So we'll do those next. And then at the end, I can maybe Google and find some shorter riddles if we have more time. Or if you guys have riddles you want to share, we can also go over those. So first...
Do not give us the link.
Okay, no, I won't give you the link.
Because it's not fair.
I'll just paste this riddle in the Verbling classes. So this is the next riddle. I won't give you the link so you don't know the answer, but this is the riddle. Would someone like to read the riddle for us so we can read it out loud?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, go ahead, Mohammed.
A man goes out drinking every night, returning to his home in the wee hours of every morning. No matter how much he drinks, he never gets a hangover. This drink is very well known, but is rarely consumed served warm and taken straight from its source. The man is sucker for a free drink, especially since he can't live without it. What is favorite drink?
Okay,
Water.
thank you.
Water.
So he goes out drinking every night. He gets back in the wee hours of the morning. The wee hours of the morning refers to, that means like very late at night. So the wee hours means small. So the wee hours of the morning is the 1, 2, 3 in the morning, late at night. Okay, so what guesses do you have? Someone said water.
I think it's water.
All
I don't
right.
know, the water that comes from a spring, like mineral water, but it's warm. What do you call it?
Yeah, that's a good guess. But
But
what about it says
here we see that, but it's rarely consumed.
good. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It says that it's rarely consumed, so it's probably not water.
Logically, yes. Serve it warm, so tea or coffee, but it's not rarely. It's often consumed.
Okay, so the first hint I'll give you is this man is not a normal man. He's not a normal person. He has something wrong with him. Because it says he can't live without it. He has something wrong with him and he needs to drink
milk?
it. No, good guess.
In what way he's wrong? Something wrong with him? What can be wrong?
Let's see. The other hint is this man does not exist in the real world. He has a condition that is not real, but it happens in stories. Something happened to him that happens in fantasy stories, but it doesn't happen in the real world.
Wow.
All right, what else can I tell you? It's important that he only drinks this stuff. He only drinks this drink at night. That's also important. He only drinks it at night.
Is it the... I'm thinking about the Milky Way.
I think it is blood.
Blood? Someone said blood.
Okay, all right. Talk to me about that. Why would it be blood? Talk to me. Why does that make sense?
Because it's warm.
It's true. I think it's blood. Blood is warm and it's from his true.
Okay, so what kind of people drink blood? Why would the man drink blood?
Vampires. What color?
Okay, good. So he goes out every night. He gets home late. He never gets a hangover, and he consumes something warm and straight from its source. All right, so I think
sucker as well.
I think that was a funny hint too. He's a sucker.
You should change the question to what awakes not a man.
Change the question to what?
To what? I think it's what is not a man. Because vampires, I think it's not a man.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He's not technically a man, but he's he's
kind of man.
Okay, so he's a kind of man. So yeah, he's a vampire, and so he drinks blood. Good. And what happens if a vampire bites you? What happens if a vampire drinks your blood?
You become vampire.
Or you die.
Yeah, I think
we will become a vampire and drink another blood of our people.
Yeah, so I think that's true, right? Because it's definitely if you get bitten by a werewolf, you become a werewolf, and then if you get bitten by a vampire, you either die. Maybe you become a vampire too. I can't remember actually.
You become a vampire.
Yeah, you become.
If you suck your blood, you become you die. But if he injects his venom to you, you become a vampire.
I see.
As far as I know.
Yeah. So same with vampires and with werewolves. Vampires and werewolves can make you change into them. What's different? So vampires drink people's blood at night. What about werewolves? When do werewolves attack people? Do you know?
When it's full moon, right?
Yeah. So werewolves become. They're people who become wolves on the full moon, and that's when they drink or when they attack people and turn them into werewolves.
You said that they become werewolf in a full moon, but in the twilight film is they can become a wolf anytime they want. Right?
Yeah, of course, because they don't exist. So depends on the history. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on the story, I guess. So in my story, it's the full moon, but I guess in other stories it can be something different. That's interesting.
I think that's the classic one, right? I mean, I don't know.
All right, cool. So let's see. Let's go on to the next one. This one's about cars. Hold on, I have to get it to copy first. Okay. This is the next riddle. I just put it in the Verbling chat. Who would like to read this one out loud to us?
I can read.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Four cars come to a four-way stop, all coming from a different direction. They can't decide who got there first, so they all go forward at the same time. They do not crash into each other, but all four cars go. How is it possible?
What is a four-way stop?
Good question. A four-way stop is an intersection like this, and each way has a stop sign. And so when you come to a four-way stop, you're supposed to stop, and then if there's no other cars, you just go. But whoever gets to the four-way stop first usually goes first, but they all get there at the same time, and so they don't know who got there first. And so they're at this intersection. There's a car here, car here, car here, car here, four cars, and they all go at the same time, but they don't crash into each other. And the question is, how is this possible?
But they come from different
Just
parts
go.
All of them turn right or left.
Yeah, I think so. So if they just go at the same time, they will not crash into each other.
But what if the two cars here both go straight, but then the two cars here also go straight? If they're going this way and this way, then they'll hit each other.
If they go all on the right side of the road, for example, four cars.
All of them go back.
Yeah, they all could, but it says that could be an answer, but it says they all go forward.
Forward, yes.
So we know they go forward. Yeah, so that's actually the answer. What Huynh said. It's possible if they all turn right. Left.
No.
It doesn't work if they turn left, but it works if they all turn right. So.
Depends on your country, right? In England, it would be the other way around.
Yeah, in the U.S. and most places it would be they would turn right, but in England, some places where else do they drive on the left? Some places in Africa, some former English colonies, they do.
Japan,
Hong Kong, Japan,
New
Singapore.
Zealand? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So in those places, you're right. They would turn left, and in the U.S. and most of Europe, they would turn right. Okay. Cool. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll give you guys this next one. I'm not sure if it'll be too hard, but we'll see anyways. Who would like to read this one for us?
I can read.
All right, great, thanks.
I have a heart that never beats. I have a home will never sleep. I can take man's house and build another's. And I love to play games with my many brothers. I am a king among fools. Who am I? And I have no clue.
This is very complicated. This is the more traditional style for riddles. And these kinds of riddles are very, I would say they're very cryptic. That means the way they're written is very mysterious, and they're not very well explained. So, so the first says, I have a heart that never beats. So usually your heart beats like this. This person has a heart that never beats and has a home but never sleeps. And he loves to play games and is a king among fools. I think this one is really hard. I wouldn't have known it if I didn't already see the answer. Okay, the first hint I'll give you is this is not a person. It's not a living person. It's not a person.
Oh, is he a zombie?
No, but good guess. This is an inanimate object. It's not a living thing. It's a king, but he's not alive. What kind of kings exist that are not alive? That's a weird question, I know.
Pharaoh.
The king of hearts and a deck of cards.
Yeah, deck cards.
All right, you got that faster than I expected. It's the king of hearts in a deck of cards. So he has a heart that never beats.
Oh.
And he likes to play games, and he's a king among fools. He's the king of hearts in a deck of cards. Yeah, good. I'm glad you figured that one out. Let's talk a little bit about cards, so we can do a little vocabulary. So in cards, there are 4 suits. So that's the symbols that are on the cards. They're called suits. There are 4 suits. One of them is hearts. What are the other suits in a deck of cards?
Diamond.
Good. Diamond.
Spade. Leaves. Spade.
Cross.
Not
Cross,
sure
no?
what is the other.
It begins with a C.
Cross.
No, close. Anyone know?
No.
Clubs.
Clubs.
So the suits are diamonds, hearts, spades, and clubs. And the spades kind of resemble, they kind of look like spades. Does anyone know what a spade is in real life? What is a spade? It's an object. A spade is a shovel. A spade is something you dig with. And so spades in a deck of cards resemble shovels, little shovels. So we call them spades. Clubs, I don't know why we call them clubs, because they look more like a clover. Clubs are the ones that are shaped like this. And clubs, I don't know why we call them that. Because a club in real life is something that you hit someone with. And I always think it's strange that they're called
the golf club. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's, they clearly are not that. So anyway. And then in a deck of cards you have the king. What other face cards are in a deck of cards besides the king? What other face cards? Okay, there's the king, the queen, and what's the other one?
Ace.
Good. There's the ace, the king, the queen, and begins with J.
J.
A yoke.
Weird.
It's called the Jack. There's also
Jack.
the Joker, which is a different card. But the face, what we call the face cards, are the Ace, the King, the Queen, and the Jack. And certain card games, we can play them aces high or aces low. So if we play a card game aces high, that means the ace is better than the king, the best card, or the highest card. If we play aces low, that means the ace is 1. It's the lowest card. So it depends on which game you're playing, but you can play aces high or aces low. Good. Okay. Any other questions about cards?
Do you play cards?
Yes. Sometimes.
On computer or with people?
I don't play with money. I don't like to gamble. But I play with friends, and I don't play on the computer. I play in
Spider,
person.
Solitaire, no?
No, yeah, I usually just play like with a group of friends. We play a game that's called Hearts. Do you know the game called Hearts?
No.
No.
It's kind of complicated to explain. Then we have another game called President, where, well, again, it takes a long time to explain, but you each take turns putting down cards, and you try to put down the highest card, and then if you put down the highest card, you win all the cards. So when you have card games where each person puts down one card, and then someone takes them all, those are called tricks. So when you have a card game where each person puts down a card and someone takes that, it's called taking a trick. So Hearts and President are both games that involve tricks. It's different from magic tricks. You can also do magic tricks with cards. Does anyone know how to do magic tricks where you like choose the card and then you know which card it is or whatever? Has anyone ever done that?
Nothing magic.
I know one trick.
What is the trick? What do you do?
It's like somebody, I let them look at all the cards and let them pick one, but doesn't really pick it, and then I'm gonna find out what the card is.
Okay. I've never learned how that one works, but I've had my friends do it to me. Okay, so I'm just looking for some more riddles, and I found a couple more that we can do before we end class. I really like this one. I forgot about this riddle, but I just posted it in the Verbling classes. It says, the man who invented it doesn't want it. The man who, this is bad grammar, but the man who buys it doesn't need it. And the man who needs it doesn't know it. What is it?
Coffin.
Yeah, that's good. So it's a coffin. Sorry, I just pasted it from the website, so the verbs actually are written wrong. But the man who invented it doesn't want it. The man who buys it doesn't need it, and the man who needs it doesn't know it. So, because the man who buys it is someone who is buying it for a dead person, and the dead person doesn't know they're in it, so it's a coffin. Okay, good.
Gwen, how do you know this so fast?
I don't know, maybe
so
somebody
fast?
told me before.
You did know.
Maybe I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good one. Okay, here's another one. How much dirt is in a hole that is 6 feet deep and 6 feet wide?
No dirt, because it's a hole.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's no dirt in it because it's a hole. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, well, this one's another one. It says, a man is wearing all black. Black shoes, black shirt, black pants, black hair, black hat. A black car is approaching towards the man. How did the driver manage to stop in time? And again, these people on this website have diagrams.
Daytime.
Yeah.
Because it's daytime.
Good. So obviously he managed to stop in time because it's not nighttime, it's daytime. All right, good. Okay, here we'll do one last one. I like this one too. Okay. A butcher in a shop is 7 feet tall. What does he weigh? So 7 feet again is this measure that we use in the U.S. But what? So when we say what does he weigh, it usually means how many pounds or what is his weight. But in this case,
meat. Oh, sorry.
He weighed meat.
Yeah, but in this case, it's when we say what does he weigh, it doesn't. We're not asking how much does he weigh. We're asking what does he weigh, and the answer is meat because he's a butcher. He works in a butcher shop. Okay, good. All right, that's. Oh well, okay. I found another one. Last riddle. Last riddle is. How far can a person run into the wood? Or the woods? How far can a person run into the wood?
The tool of the wood.
Nothing.
No, a person cannot run into the wood because it's solid.
Well, that's a good guess. But if I ask it this way, even if I ask it, how far can a person run into the woods? Or how far can a person run into the forest? The answer remains the same.
Okay.
This one's really hard, I think.
Was my answer correct or not correct?
No, it was not correct. It was a good guess,
okay.
And it could have been true if you asked it for wood. But if I ask it for woods, the answer is it's something else.
Halfway, because the over how he would be running out.
Yes. Did you look it up or did you think of that?
No, I think it up. How do you think? Of course I looked it up.
Okay, so a person can run halfway into the woods because the other half they're running out of the woods. So how far can a person run into the forest? Halfway is the answer.
I don't understand. How about you?
So, because yeah, the first half you're running in, and the second half you're not running in anymore. You're running out. Anyway, so that's that one.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that's all the time we have for riddles for today. I hope you guys picked up some vocabulary and at the very least picked up some cool stuff to share at parties. So, and here's the link to those last riddles we did in case you want the link. I'll post the link in the box for you. And yeah, I'm teaching another class later today and then a couple of classes tomorrow. So hopefully I'll see you guys very soon. And thank you for your good work today. I had a good time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Nice to see you again.
Bye-bye.
Good to see you too. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for